Okay, hello and welcome to Business Fest Southwest. First of all, I'd like to say how honoured I am to be standing here today in front of you and being able to talk about this event. I'd like to thank Jamie and Gavin who've arranged it, and it's an absolute privilege to talk to you about the journey of Granny Gothards, from field to desert and to our final next stage that we're going to tell you all about. So normally people who know me will know that I normally just stand here and talk from the heart about Granny Gothards. But because this was a lot more a lot more business owners and more formal, I've made a few notes. So if I look at my notes from now and then, that's the reason why. So I'm going to talk about the foundations of success from the perspective of Granny Gothards' journey, and we'll be looking the way to share our experiences that we've gained along the way. I only have 30 minutes to cover 13 years of highs, lows, laughter and tears, and so I'll be focusing on just a few key messages. Belief, first of all. Belief in yourself, belief in your product, and belief in the journey you're going to go on. Persistence. Navigating challenges. Success is more than just profit. Maintaining your products and finding markets. Building a great team. Passion. And of course, enjoying the journey. I believe that by embracing these principles, you can build a thriving business while enjoying the process. Keep pushing forwards. Successful entrepreneurs are those who never stop learning and never stop growing. So the Granny Gothards ice cream brand, it was originally developed by the Gothard family, who planned to create ice creams on their farm in Somerset. Following a change in direction, they decided that they weren't going to do that and started to sell all the items that they'd bought on eBay. So I was working in the Somerset willow business with my best friend, and we learned of this opportunity. We've been thinking for ages of a way that we could actually do something together that would allow us to legitimately go away at weekends and have fun. So we took a leap of faith and looked to do this whole new venture of making ice cream. No experience in food production, but we're both mums, so we're used to cooking. We went ahead and we purchased the machinery, negotiated milk contracts, bought the brand and started what is now Granny Gothards under our direction. It was only our intention to make ice cream during the week and then sell it at festivals and at events at weekends. But it was not long before I realised that's not where I wanted to be. A cold, wet field on a Maybank holiday, and I made the decision to change the direction and look for a different market for our ice creams. The public we had served in our field period had confirmed that what we were making were pretty special and different from the things they were used to eating. So we did some research and realised that we were making the kind of ice cream that chefs make in their kitchens. And these are the kind of chefs that would actually want to buy a handmade ice cream. Some commercial kitchens are tiny. The cost of pastry chefs is ridiculous. So we decided that we were going to be their secret ingredient in the freezer. So after realising that not all hospitality outlets were right for our ice cream, when we were asked how much it was, and we told them and we were told to sling our hooks, we realised that the two meals for £15 was not our market. But what was the luxury chefs, like you see here in the video that we've got playing in the background. So it was this time we also made a really big, serious decision not to go into retail. There was a couple of reasons for this. One was because we enjoyed working with chefs. We knew they respected what we were doing, and it would ruin our food service business if we took that line of going into retail. So we decided that that's where we were going to focus our business. I believe that a successful business believes with belief in yourself, but also in your ideas, your products. Confidence in that fuels the resilience and attracts the opportunities that will come along on your way, allowing you to push forward when those challenges arrive, and believe me, they will. Staying true to your vision while remaining adaptable is key, as the journey of entrepreneurship is rarely linear. Success demands persistence. Overnight triumphs are rare. Instead, it's the ability to keep going despite setbacks and actually learning from those setbacks. Failures are inevitable, but they're also invaluable lessons. And each obstacle presents an opportunity to refine your approach. Look at us, for example. We started exporting in 2015. We decided we were going to send ice cream to some of the hottest countries in the world. When we talk about passion, I'm reminded of the time I sold 3 tons of ice cream to a Dubai distributor and celebrity chef Gary Rhodes. He never even put a spoonful of our ice cream in his mouth. And months later, when I asked him why he did it, and I apologised for swearing, he said, "Amanda, nobody could have sold shit with that much passion." So this is where you have the belief in what you do. Belief in your products and yourself wins every time. I pestered, actually I stalked a potential business partner I found on LinkedIn to the point where either the police were going to be involved or he was going to see me. Anyway, luckily, he agreed to see me. We've been working together for over 10 years now. And again, that came from my belief and passion in what I was doing. So I arrived in Dubai with just my passion and belief. And after a very hair-raising trip, where at one stage I thought that if I didn't make it back to the UK, what an amazing story it would make for my daughters to recount. My mum went to Dubai to sell ice cream and never came back. Anyway, we did come back with 3 tons of ice cream as an order later and a business relationship that is still going strong today. Challenges. They're an unavoidable part of any business journey. The ability to anticipate obstacles and develop strategies to overcome them will set you apart. I remember doing a radio interview in Dubai when we just started to export, and I was asked why I chose the region. Well, 365 days a year sunshine, I said, at which point the interviewer said, "Have you looked outside the window?" And yes, it was pouring with rain. A proactive mindset and a strong problem-solving skills will help navigate the uncertainties of the market. Seeking mentorship for those who have faced similar hurdles can provide valuable insights and prevent costly mistakes. And learning from others can often save you years of trial and error. I'm now I'm now Department of Business export champion and spend an awful lot of my time helping SMEs navigate their export journey. We're all aware of the challenges in business, and without returning to the horror of COVID, I think that was without doubt the biggest challenge that we, along with so many other businesses, had to deal with. The closure of all of our food service customers led to the development of our wooden ice cream pots, which led to a listing in Waitrose. And I know I said no to retail, but it was Waitrose. I then gambled with the last £1,000 that I had in our bank account. One more electricity payment, one more insurance payment, or should I use the money to send the samples to Dubai, to one of the largest online retailers in the region? So with ice cream flying to the biggest customer, Gibson's, I sat and contemplated what to do next with the business. Thankfully, 28 hours later, we received an order for 2 40-foot containers of ice cream, equating to over £180,000. Well, that was what saved the business. That and the fantastic team who all came back to work to make sure that we delivered the ice cream on time, even though by 3 o'clock in the afternoon they wanted to put their pyjamas on. There is more about opportunities with our exporting business to come in a few moments. So the next thing, success is more about profit. While financial stability is important, true success has to be defined by fulfillment, impact, and continuous growth. It's crucial to set meaningful goals and celebrate your progress along the way. A long-term perspective will help you align your ambitions with your core values, ensuring that your business remains stable and rewarding. However, whilst a long-term plan is crucial, flexibility and the mindset to review the plan regularly are also key to ensuring the business is successful and something you should celebrate. I remember entering a business award after 4 years of starting Granny Gothards. I invited my daughters to come over for Sunday lunch with the trade-off that they had to listen to my presentation. KPIs, results, market share, all presented to them, all the facts and figures. But the final slide was why we deserve to win this award. It started with how we took a rural business, a rural ice cream business, to an export-led international business. As I was reflecting on the achievements of how far the business had come, I became overcome with emotion. Like many business founders, we never have the time to stop and look at what we've achieved. It is important that we all reflect on our journey and our successes, as we need to be our own biggest fans. Maintaining your products and finding the right markets are essential for growth. We knew, for example, our retail offering would be best received in export markets, flying the flag for quality British goods. Customer feedback should be a guiding force, driving improvements and innovation. Understanding your audience's needs through thorough market research ensures that your business remains current. Differentiation is key. Standing out from your competitors requires continuous refinement and willingness to evolve. I have touched upon this in relation to staying in the food sector market and not chasing the retail sector. This would have certainly damaged our business with chefs here in the UK, so we concentrate on the retail side with our export markets and now supply ice creams in the UAE, Singapore, breaking into China, and until Donald Trump put his tariffs on, looking at America. Thankfully, because our ice creams are made differently and certainly with different ingredients from the other larger brands, we will always have a point of difference. However, we are always looking at product development and work closely with our customers, such as Warner Brothers, Harry Potter Studios, Restaurant Associates, to name a few. We develop the flavours our customers want, depending on where they are in the world. Whether that be a camel milk ice cream for the biggest camel farm in the GCC, or our latest project, creating an ice cream brand for the reality star from Dubai Bling. And yes, I will be launching on the show. If anyone hasn't seen the show, you'll know that I've asked them to provide my wardrobe. There just aren't enough sequins in Devon for that outfit. Building a great team is one of the most important aspects of scaling a business. Hiring people with the right attitude and fostering a culture of trust, collaboration and accountability will strengthen your foundation. A motivated team with a shared vision can drive the company forward far more effectively than any individual effort. Clear communication and empowerment are essential to keep employees engaged and aligned with the company's mission. I have always maintained that the greatest asset Granny Gothards has is its team. From the production team through to our administration and sales, everyone is motivated and believes in the mission of the business. They are proud of the ice creams that we make, and they're proud of the relationships we have with our suppliers and customers, and work to ensure those relationships continue to grow in the most positive way. We definitely have a shared vision, and for those who know Susie, our business development manager, and my work wife, will understand why after 2 years of Susie asking me for a job, I said yes. One of the best decisions I have ever made, and it was only cost that prevented me having her earlier. Susie and the team have the same passion as I have for what we do at Granny Gothards, and I know that we are a better company with the full support of the GG girls and our honorary male Richard. One of the comments that we had following our show on James Martin's Saturday Kitchen was, "I don't know what your ice cream's like, but you look like you'd be the best people to work for." Passion is what fuels an entrepreneur through the highs and lows of business. Staying connected to the deeper purpose behind your work provides the energy you need to persist. It is important to keep learning, growing and adapting to maintain your enthusiasm and also avoid stagnation. Passion not only motivates you, but it inspires those around you, from employees to customers. I have briefly mentioned the seemingly unachievable work-life balance for business owners, and I have struggled with this personally. And following the recent breakdown of my marriage, I know that I threw myself into work to cope with the changes in my life. The support of the Granny Gothards team while going through this awful period was immense, and their belief in me was what I was trying to achieve for the business was the rod that I needed to get through this without giving up. No entrepreneur has all the answers. Asking for help and leveraging the expertise of others can accelerate your growth. Building a network of advisors, mentors and peers allows you to gain new perspectives, avoid costly mistakes and develop smarter strategies. The most successful business leaders understand that collaboration, again, what we're showing in our video here, and shared knowledge are powerful assets. I'm a director of an amazing organisation called Food Drink Devon, and it's belonging to groups like this that give support, knowledge and friendship to business owners. Beyond mentorship, building a supportive community is invaluable, and surrounding yourself with like-minded people, industry professionals and people who challenge you, and this fosters both personal and professional growth. As an SME, it's impossible to have all the departments in-house. Your own marketing department, your own design department, export department. So what we do at Granny Gothards is build long-term relationships with our suppliers to ensure they understand our business. This leads to a large network of expertise, as well as working with suppliers that go that extra mile when needed. A supplier who lends itself to a great network of business owners who you can share things with, whether moaning about national insurance changes and business rates, to sharing the successes over a glass or two of tequila. Above all, enjoying the journey is crucial. Success is not just about reaching a financial milestone, it's about finding joy and purpose in the process, celebrating the small wins, maintaining work-life balance and appreciating the lessons along the way, and this will all keep you motivated and fulfilled. Burnout is a real risk for entrepreneurs, and learning to pace yourself ensures long-term stability. I mentioned earlier in my talk about where our export journey has led us, and this is really to chapter 3 of the Granny Gothards story. If you remember, I said that when we started, we were in the business to sell ice cream in a field, and now we're in the process of one of our biggest challenges. Over the next 10 months, we are working on an exciting project that came about because somebody ate our ice cream in Dubai whilst on a business trip. They came back to the UK, Googled Granny Gothards, and we are where we are now on this journey, which is to open a Granny Gothards ice cream restaurant in Harrods. Yes, the journey from field to Harrods has taken 13 years, but never in my wildest dreams did I ever envisage this was where we'd be. So from being on the wonderful James Martin Saturday morning show to Dubai Bling and now Harrods, the journey has been filled with laughter and tears, successes and failure, but always filled with amazing people and, of course, fabulous ice cream. By embracing these principles, you can build a thriving business while staying passionate and resilient. With belief, persistence, the right team and a strong support system, you can navigate the challenges and create something truly impactful. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but if there are any questions, anything anybody would like to ask me, then please feel free to do so. And just before we finish, I'd like to thank Business Fest again for inviting me to talk to you today, and I'm sure you'll agree it's been an amazing event. Thank you.